More questions, more answers. We've wrapped all the way back around to Monday, Q&A week. Let's get some questions answered. From 8 films, I suck the marrow out of my babies. Filmmakers will be the only ones not to take it seriously. He's talking about a video I did on editing where it's called killing your babies. That's basically throwing things on the cutting room floor and cutting them out of your videos or films that you really think is epic, but don't add to the story. Mike L says, dude, the punch in and punch outs are giving me a headache. Way too many. 2009 Hoppy says, this has some great info, but the jump over and over made it hard to watch. 360 Mix says, thanks for the tutorials, but the zooming in and out, punching in and out is getting out of hand. Other than that, your videos are on point and enjoyable. I did something really bad that I sometimes do in my videos. I push the envelope and I see what kind of feedback I get. Not that you're lab rats and I'm experimenting on you, but here's how it goes. I do the jump cuts and the zoom cuts intentionally a little bit more over the top until someone starts complaining and I go, that's cool. Now I can dial them back and I know just where they sit. Brandon Bukima says, I was honestly a little worried when I first heard about the schedule, but the videos you have made so far have dismissed that fear. He's talking about where I actually got with YouTube and they gave me some tips, and one of them was just keeping a schedule every week. You can see that in a video over in the info and in the description below. Gary Grove says, tons of questions on multicam editing, nasty bugs, etc. If you go over to creativecow.net, there are a ton of working for the industry, experienced people who take the time to actually answer a ton of questions about editing, software, bugs, what cameras are good and what are bad, what do you do when. These people are awesome, and you're connecting directly with pros who know what they're talking about. Buavano377 asks me, he's buying a camera and whether he should get 4K or not. If you have the money and you're ready to buy a camera, well sure, get it with 4K, and that kind of future-proofs your camera. Don Reardon asks what the stand I used in my Glide Gear Steadicam video was. That was simply a light stand. I had a light stand, it has a top like this. I just dropped the hollow handled glide cam handle on it and used that to balance, nothing special. Unique Photo and Video says, can I have permission to share your sound video on my social media feeds? It is okay for you to share these widely. You can tweet them, Facebook them, you can download them, you can share them on your sites. I think it'd be kind of cheesy if you were like putting them on a site and getting money off them. That's really cheesy. But share them freely, put them up on your own site. Now if you're gonna take my video and you're gonna cut me out and you're gonna say you did it, well that's pretty bad, but share away, put them on your site, share them. Whatever you wanna do with them, just go ahead and do it. Cone Van de Voorde says, I was wondering if you could tell me the light setup used in your videos. I have a softbox over here with some diffuser on it called a key light. Both switches are long. There's 4 bulbs in there, they're on. I have another exact softbox over there. It has a diffuser over it and 2 of them are on and it's pushed back further. I have a hair light up here. Sometimes they call it a ring light or a rim light. And it's right up there at about a 45-degree angle to separate me from this background. When I'm doing green screen work, I have some bank lights, some 4-foot bank lights. They're basically like shop lights on either side lighting the screen. And that's pretty much it. I just keep it nice and simple because that's what you guys would do. So that's what I'm gonna do because I don't wanna do things that you guys can't do. Fade Unforgiven and the Post Color blog got into a discussion, and I was in the discussion too. What they were talking about is what's a too long video and what's a too short video, and we got into content and everything else. I had commented, just as a side note, I had happened to talk to some very much younger YouTube watchers earlier in the week, and it was interesting. They got into ads. If I don't like the ad, I don't watch the video. If it's interesting, I will watch the video. Not that they're bad, short attention span. I thought that was really interesting. About 75% of them said, if I can't skip the ad, I'm out. I'd say about 80% of them said if the video was too long, that they would get out. And what's interesting is I asked them what's too long, and the answers were all over the map, but it depended on the subject matter. I'd say a majority, maybe 70% of the answers fall in between 5 and 10 minutes. Again, it depends on the subject matter. The point of this is you should know your audience. You should ask questions. Tastes change, attention spans change. Depending on what the content you have and what's in that changes and depends on the length of your video. I guess the end result of this is who the hell knows how long a video is. If you would like to have your question answered on the show, send an email to thebasicfilmmaker@gmail.com or leave it in a comment on one of my latest videos. Check out thebasicfilmmaker.com. I've changed that up a bit and I'm starting to add much more content than I do in these regular episodes. Some behind the scenes, what I'm thinking about, and how I arrived at the video. There's just more information there to keep these videos down. I'm gonna try a new tact. You ready? Here goes. Click that subscribe button. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Send an email to thebasicfilmmaker.com. Also, nope.